you will surrender.
You want the top or the bottom?
I like to be on top.
Although the future of the popular comedy series Orville still hangs in the balance, fans still remain positive about a renewal. The Orville is an American sci-fi comedy action series with a lot of great responses from its audience. The show currently sits at an 8 out of 10 on IMDb, with a lot more positive reviews on other platforms. And while we are still enjoying the thrills of Season 3, we already can't wait for the 4th season. But like I said earlier, that may not be the case. But don't worry, we will discuss more on that later. For now, let's just take a look at what we can expect from a potential Season 4. But before we begin, if you wish to support the channel, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Now with that out of the way, let's get started. The Orville was created by popular actor and producer Seth MacFarlane, known famously for his work in Family Guy, American Dad, and more. The show stars Seth MacFarlane and a lot of other talented actors like Adrian Palicki, Penny Johnson-Gerald, Scott Grimes, Peter Macon, Jessica Zor, and more. It was written and directed by Seth MacFarlane and his co-producers. So in general, Seth MacFarlane actually is an important figure in this franchise both on-screen and off-screen. Take note of that. The series started off with 12 episodes, and later on in Season 2, it went up to 14 episodes. But surprisingly, the 3rd season has a total of 10 episodes, which came as a shock to most fans. But don't worry, all of this will be explained later on. For now, let's just talk a bit about Season 4. As of right now, we still don't know if Season 4 is official or not because there is no announcement on it yet. However, fans believe the announcement will be made later on in the year as opposed to its predecessors. We can't say for sure why they are delaying the announcement, but we can relate it to the same reason Season 3 was delayed. It took a while, but Season 3 eventually got released on Hulu, and as of right now, the show is still airing. So perhaps they will announce the 4th season after Season 3 is complete, but until then, we'll have to wait and see. Just like every other season in the Orville, we can expect the same cast members and perhaps some new faces in the 4th season. However, there is the possibility that Seth MacFarlane won't come back as Captain Ed Mercer, but fingers crossed on that subject. Besides that, we can most likely expect other familiar faces in Season 4, like Adrian Palicki as Commander Kelly Grayson, Penny Johnson-Gerald as Dr. Claire Finn, BJ Tanner as Marcus Finn, Mike Henry as Dan, Alexis Knapp as Aurelia, and the rest of the main cast. As for the new faces, let's just see how Season 3 goes first before deciding if there will be a new character or not. Alright, let's get into some offset developments to fully understand the situation. As you may know, The Orville is perhaps one of the best shows that Seth MacFarlane has ever created. Sure, he has a bunch of other projects, but this sci-fi series definitely tops the chart in all his collections. Think of Star Trek, but with a lot of humor, and you've got The Orville. Over the years, the series went from being just a regular show in Season 1 to massive acclaim in Season 2, before going from Fox to Hulu in Season 3. All of which shows its massive improvement as time went on. So if the show is doing so well, why is Season 4 still not a certainty? Well, here's what we know on that subject. The first reason has to do with Seth MacFarlane. According to recent reports, the actor might be leaving the series soon to work on another project. Now, this isn't a new thing, because the man often does this with his other projects, where he leaves and lets his creative team take charge. But this decision alone might mean the end for Orville, because of how key Seth MacFarlane is to the series. I mean, how do you think the story will be without Captain Ed Mercer? How will the production be without their key man? While the thought isn't great, we can't actually blame Seth for leaving. I mean, he is leaving the show to focus on another fan-favorite film, Ted. And if you know anything about this film, then you'll understand his reasons. The foul-mouthed teddy bear movie was a major contribution to MacFarlane's success. And with the new series coming up, we can pretty much say that he has his hands full already. The series will be developed by Peacock, and it is expected to revolve around Ted and a 16-year-old version of John as they go through their teenage years. Now, if this series becomes a hit, I'm sure we will all agree that the sacrifice was worth it. That being said, I don't think Orville will be bad without MacFarlane, though. Obviously, the ship will need a new captain, so perhaps we might see a bunch of power pleas from the crew. Who knows, maybe a new and even crazier character might become captain, so if MacFarlane does leave, a lot of pressure falls on the new captain. Let's just hope he or she delivers. Now we move on to the second reason why I think Season 4 of The Orville might not happen, and this time it has to do with the cast. You see, a bunch of the cast from the new series were axed way back in August 2021, according to Deadline. To make matters worse, they didn't pick up any replacement for a potential fourth, which is already a sign that the show is on the chopping block. Some of the cast were assigned to other projects. Scott Grimes, for example, who plays Lieutenant Gordon Malloy, was assigned to the Ted series, while others were just let go. Most of the cast members have even tweeted that Season 3 will be their last season. Now, we can't say for sure if those were premature tweets because they were posted back in October of 2021, so perhaps things must have changed by now. It is also worth noting that the producers have a wait-and-see attitude, which means they decide on the future of the series depending on how successful the previous one is. So if Season 3 does well, we might just get an official announcement afterward. Despite the current developments, there is still hope for a fourth series in many other ways. For one thing, Seth MacFarlane has previously stated that he wouldn't mind if Hulu continues the series without him or his character. Then there is the fact that the producers also stated that Season 3 isn't a definitive end to the series, meaning Season 4 could pick up from where it stopped. Honestly, a lot of these problems were caused by the global pandemic, which contributed to these new developments and delays. For all we know, Season 4 might not come anytime soon, but the important thing is that we get a continuation. We can back this fact in the words of the show's director John Kasser, who said in May 2022 that the show was definitely not canceled. Producer David A. Goodman also said something similar in his words, "The show is absolutely not canceled, absolutely not, that is definitive." These are very strong words, but if the producers, the directors, the cast, and Seth MacFarlane wanted the fourth season, then perhaps it wasn't even up for debate in the first place. So let's just see how the reviews go for Season 3, because that might either be the green or red light for Season 4. Unfortunately, that's how business works, so we can't blame Hulu for whichever decision they take in the end. But in terms of when we can expect Season 4, if it does become official, well, for now, we can't really say. A lot of it depends on when it is announced. But we expect it to be released in late 2023 or early 2024 if we're lucky. And just like its current predecessor, the show will be available on Hulu with probably a total of 10 episodes. But in the meantime, let's just enjoy Season 3 in hopes that it exceeds everyone's expectations. So there you have it. What do you think of this whole dilemma? Will Season 4 actually work with these new developments? Let us know in the comments section below. As always, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel to support us even further. I'll have a lot more of these kinds of content coming your way in no time, but until then, drink water, stay safe, and have a great day.